directly. So that makes it a cool day in Atlanta so far, and that's amazing. So I got bad knees and a growing pull, I think, and growing. How do you say growing? Growing, and it's a little difficult to walk, but you got to keep out here and you got to stay on it. Those of you who've been following me on Fitbit the last couple days, you might have noticed that I don't have exactly 10,000 steps, but that's because it'll rain in the evening or something like that. I'm trying to keep up my steps, and we're really going hard into the diet now. We're dieting hard, which for me means no carbs, no simple carbs, and just vegetables and meat and fruits and things like that. And you know we're dieting hard. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Black Dragon, and I'd like to thank you for tuning in to my YouTube channel, Black Dragon Biker TV. And we are at our 2 year point. I think we passed 2 years July 10th, maybe, or something like that. And I didn't realize that we had actually gone past 2 years. And so I'm really excited. Like, I can't believe we've been doing this for 2 years. And it has been one heck of a ride. I started the channel. What's up, guys? C. We got FKMC. Is that Flaming Nights? Oh, what's up, man? Good to see you. Well, we started this channel. I started this channel a long time ago, and it was just one video when I was pretty upset about. Thank you, brother. When I was pretty upset about a gun fight at somebody else's motorcycle club, and that was the first video. I think it was called "Violence on the MC Set," where I began this idea of talking to you guys about uh, some of the ways we did it in the old days and some of the protocols we used to follow, and more about getting off of all of these ego maniac kinds of ideas and positions, and getting back to why we motorcycle in clubs, a brotherhood or sisterhood, or brotherhood and sisterhood, surrounded by a bunch of people. Good morning, Merlin, Grateful Bastards. Surrounded by a bunch of people who had an insatiable passion for riding motorcycles. That's what I wanted to have my channel be about. And it's spun from all of that to where we are now. And we've talked about so many things, almost 400 videos over the past 2 years. So I'm overjoyed. And so I got a couple things coming, a couple new things. One is IGTV, Instagram TV. You guys are going to start getting long form feeds in my Instagram TV. Long form feeds that means, let's see, what do we got here? Conan, morning. Thank you, brother. Good riders. See, I heard from you, I think, on one of my other pages. It's good to talk to you. Maybe I got an email from you. By the way, Ancestry.com did it again. I found my biological son after 26 years. Congratulations, man. Send me an email and tell me about it. For me, it was Facebook. I found my brothers after almost 45 years or something. I found my brothers. They found me on Facebook. Guy C, Merlin, Chef Dread, blessings to you. Calvin Davis, Johnny Boy, hello from Oklahoma. Hello to Oklahoma. Karain M. All of you guys, good morning. So, We've got IGTV, Instagram TV, long form videos. And long form videos means that you do the videos like this. You do the video straight up and down like you do on a phone. I don't know if I like that. I kind of like the widescreen videos on YouTube. But Instagram TV has decided to go head to head with YouTube, I guess. And there you can now put up videos that are as long as an hour if you make a channel. So I'm going to have on my jbunchii channel, since that's been my Instagram page for all my life, jbunchii is going to have long form videos doing the same thing we're doing here on YouTube. The thing about it is I have a lot of long form videos that I have not been able to convert for YouTube because they look so small and so crazy. Like I've got all kinds of videos of me riding across country in the snow and the rain and the camaraderie on the brotherhood on the road and all that kind of stuff. And just, I mean, that's back when we were shooting on Facebook only. So I've got hundreds of hours of tape where I can show you guys all kinds of stuff like how to ride across country and sleep in the wilderness and everything except eat from a trash can. That's not something I've ever done, but there's a guy out there that has a channel that tells you how to do that. But I imagine if I had to eat from a trash can, I would. So Instagram TV's coming up. So you guys follow me on Instagram, jbunchii or Johnny Bunch the Second. That's my real name. And I think you guys will be really excited about that. And can you tell people, did not put your cell phone number on YouTube? Are people putting their cell phone numbers on YouTube? That's crazy. I had some guy actually do some sort of reverse kind of lookup thing and found my home phone number, and called me at 2 o'clock in the morning one morning to talk about God. I thought that was kind of cool. Somebody sent me $5. Thank you. Who sent me $5? Jay and Gracious. No, Jay and Ignatius. Maybe that's it, Ignatius. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Yeah, you guys don't forget about the super chat button where you can, if you like me, you can send me a couple bucks. So, also, the other thing I got is the podcast. So I have to thank James Hollywood Masakari for showing me how to do a podcast, which is really cool. We'll be adding that to the channel. And the podcast is cool because I can talk for an hour and nobody gets mad at me. And if you can play me in your car or truck drivers or whatever it is that you do, and we can talk for a long time. I'll be doing the podcast probably every Thursday, but I will begin by taking a lot of my longer videos and turning them into podcasts. And I don't know, what will I call it? Black Dragon Biker TV podcast? I don't know. But it'll be up in a day or so, my podcasting. So a lot of you guys have asked for that, and so now we got it. Good morning, Spooner. Getting that cardio in, I am. Greetings, Mr. Johnson. Jason Meyer, appreciate you guys. Somebody said I accidentally put my cell phone number on YouTube. Tell people did not call me, but they did not respect that or something like that. That sucks. Next thing, we'll get down to what are we, 9 minutes in? We'll get down to the subject of today's video at 9 minutes in. So here we go. I was talking to my girlfriend the other day, and this video is called Snakes in the Motorcycle Club. I was talking to my girlfriend the other day, and she told me a story about a video that she saw, which inspired this story, this video. And she said that, do you guys want me to take a picture of all three of you?
That would be nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. What do I got to press?
That one right there, that middle button right there
All
with the
right.
camera on it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, cheese. I take 3.
Perfect.
All right, there
Thank
you are.
so much.
You're welcome.
You have a good day.
You have a great day.
Thank you.
So we back to the. So my girlfriend tells me that there was a video she saw where there were there was this baby laying in a crib, and the family left the baby with the family dog, German Shepherd or something. Not sure what the dog was. And a snake crawled into the baby's crib and killed him, killed the baby, murdered the baby. And the dog, at some point, became aware of the snake and attacked the snake and killed the snake. So the family comes home, looks in the cradle, sees the dead baby, looks at the dog, and there's blood all over him. The father immediately goes into the room and gets his weapon and blows the dog's brains out. The distraught family then goes to look at the video that they had on the baby carriage or the baby sleeping place, crib. And they discover that, in fact, the dog had not attacked the baby and killed it at all. It had been a snake, and that the dog had done its duty and protected the baby with all of its might and killed the snake, which they found later in another part of the house. Now the family was down 2 family members instead of 1. And as you can imagine, the pain of knowing that you killed the protector you had assigned to protect your baby. What's up, Nicholas Gomez? Out there in Malaysia, appreciate you. H2Os, appreciate you. So, I ask you, my friends, a lot of times it's hard, or I don't ask you, I tell you, a lot of times it's hard to know who the snakes are in the motorcycle club. The thing about snakes is they crawl low to the ground, and most of us look heads up. That's why it's easy to get bitten by a rattlesnake or another snake, as they sometimes hide in the vines, waiting to drop down on their prey, or lay next to a rock, waiting to strike out when you're reaching for a piece of firewood. Snakes are not easily visible. And the snakes in your MC have another great predator-like, they have another great predator-like quality, and that is they have smarts. They can disguise themselves. And one of the things that they rely upon is they rely upon people to react instead of think strategically. They depend, they rely on hysterical reaction, so that you see someone that you identify as a snake, but they're not really the snake at all. I tell you guys this because I have seen a lot of times in my MC career where the real snake goes unshot and the protector just gets waxed, gets his colors taken, gets his name sullied, gets taken to trial, all these things we do. Because we are reactors. Not actors, but reactors. We react out of anger. We react without having all the facts. We get so pissed off, we got to jump into action without thinking things through. We're not interested in facts, but we are more interested in how we feel. Do I have an Xbox One? No. Do I need one? We are thinking about revenge. We don't think about justice, we think about revenge. And revenge is so important to us because somebody's got to pay. Somebody's got to fill the void. Somebody's got to be punished. And we work on a punishment mentality. How do we get back? How do we get even? How do we restore justice? But many of us have justice confused with revenge. Revenge is not justice. Justice is mine, saith the Lord. Why did he say that? Because he knew so many of you cats would be out there trying to get revenge and calling that justice. Revenge comes from hate and pain. And it's a striking out kind of thing. Was the story about the snake and the dog? Well, it's a video my girlfriend said she saw, so I think it's a true story. Although I didn't see the video. But, she gets all these Facebook videos, so she watches the craziest stuff. She likes world star hip hop, which I do like too. It's kind of funny watching those people do the things they do. So we think about justice in terms of revenge, so many of us. We think about justice in terms of get back. We think about justice in terms of getting even. Even our jail systems think about justice in terms of punishment rather than rehabilitation. Well, the justice system has been turned into a for-profit, privatized organization. The state says, oh, you guys can probably run the justice system better. So they turn it over to privateers who are thinking about profits. So how do you make profits? You put people into situations where, okay, we got to maximize their jail stay. We got to meet this out and make it longer and do all kinds of things, because as long as we got people in this system, this prison system here, we're going to be making money. So the prison system changes from a justice area into a profit center. And let's just get as many people in here for as long as we can. Justice takes all kinds of roads like that are kind of off from what justice was supposed to be. And we do that in the motorcycle club. You guys don't want justice for the most part. What you want is get back. And when you want get back, all that is a dirty urge, a dirty hunger, a dirty appetite that needs to be fulfilled. And it doesn't want ever to take the time to find the truth. It needs first a target. And once the target is found, it needs to execute that target, prosecute that target, and persecute that target. Justice be damned, truth be damned. We need a target, someone to pay. And then once you get that target, someone to pay, and the hunger is sated, then sometimes the truth comes out. Oh my God, we surrounded Billy Bob, kicked his ass, and took his colors. And it was really Bob Billy, rather than Billy Bob, that started the problem. Snakes in the MC are not always hard to find, are not always easy to find. It's easy to kill that protector. It's easy to kill that dog that was doing its best to uphold the great virtues of the MC? Because you ain't looking for justice. You're looking for revenge. I can imagine when that man walked in and saw his baby lying dead and blood all over his dog. His mind went from 1 + 1, but it didn't equal 2 because he didn't have all the facts. He didn't have all the numbers. That's why law enforcement people will tell you in a heartbeat, hey man, we're not commenting on the case. We don't want it tried in the court of public opinion. We want all the facts. Well, what facts do we need to have? The guy, you shot the guy in the back. Well, it looks like that. I grant you it looks ugly, but let us look at the body cams first. Well, news companies and news agencies, they don't get paid by telling the truth. They get paid by telling what is spectacular. Everyone wants to read a story, cop shoots man in the back while fleeing. That's a great story. It turns people's hearts. It makes them jump up and beat their chests. But we don't want the story, well, the man shot at the cop 4 times first. We're not ready to hear that story. I'm not saying that there aren't some things that are prima facie. Prima facie means you can look at the face of the evidence and tell that it's real. You don't need nothing else. All you need to do is just see that. It speaks by itself. There are some things that you can look at and tell, like you can see that a snake is a snake and a come on, dog. You can see that an airplane is an airplane. Some things you can see, but other things require patience and examination. Other things require, oh my goodness, gotta pick up the dog mess. You know how that is. Other things require patience and examination and evidence. And when you're in the motorcycle club world, a lot of times you have the time to let the evidence develop. You have time for that, my friends. You have time to find out who the real snakes are. Thank you much from Peter. Appreciate you. Trying to get up this freaking hill with this growing pole. It's kind of tough. Come on, dog. So, I want you guys to think about this. I want you to think about this the next time you're presented with a situation that you want to jump to conclusions about without seeing all the evidence, without examining every side. There are people in the club like in Macbeth, people in the club that will spread vicious lies and rumors just to show people, just to see how people will react. Remember this guy in my club? He was a people manipulator. People were like Muppets to him, or marionettes, or not marionettes, but puppets, where he would like to get behind these people and orchestrate problems in between them so he could sit back and laugh at the carnage. You got to think about that. You got to think about those people exist, and they're believable and they're credible. And they exist to destroy the camaraderie of the MC. Like, kind of like the Sigma male. They exist to sow disharmony. There are people that are out there that are like that. And those are the people that will throw you onto the those are the people that will throw you onto a negative thing, you thinking it's a snake, and really, it's the heroic German Shepherd there to save the family. I can only imagine how that man must have felt when he went back through the video. His heart broken, his baby gone, his trusted friend that he trusted with the life of his baby. And he goes back through the video to see, friend, how could you hurt me like this, my friend? How could you take my trust and throw it into the ground? How could you stab me in the back like you did? I left you with my child, my beloved, and you ate him up and chewed him to pieces. Only to discover on the video that the real culprit had come in like a thief in the night and stolen his baby, his child's life, and his best friend had put his own life on the line to protect the life of his own. And then to know that he had put a gun to his friend's head and pulled the trigger, not even having known, having jumped to conclusions. Yeah, I think that would put anybody in a loony bin for a while. But for those of us who can learn lessons from other people's misfortunes, I would say learn the lesson of patience. Learn the true lessons of justice. Justice can be meted out cold. Justice can be meted out lukewarm or moderate. You can get justice next week. You can get justice next year. You can get justice in 30 years. Justice is the same. Revenge is that thing that must be carried out now. Revenge is that thing that cannot wait. Revenge is that thing that must be satisfied now. When you're dealing with other people, you have to think about, do I want revenge or do I want justice? Because if I want justice, I can wait for all the facts. I can wait for the story to develop out, for me to know who the culprits are. There have been so many people in this world that have been misidentified and harmed based on that misidentification. There's a trial going on right now in upstate in one of these big cities where these gang kids mistook the identity of a kid and murdered him thinking he was someone else. Wouldn't even listen to the guy. I don't even know who you're talking about. No, that's him, get him. About to go to jail for the rest of their lives, forever, having killed someone that wasn't even a guy they were after. So, my message for today. Not all snakes in the MC are as visible as you might think. Some snakes in the MC you will never see at all. Some snakes in the MC will be actually not snakes at all. If you don't know the full story, you don't know Jack. If you don't have all the facts, you don't have Jack. All you have is an ego twisted cup of anger filled with vengeful emotions of getting even. And you are just as dangerous as the snake you're trying to kill. You have killed just as indiscriminately as the evil you're trying to root out. You become that evil because you allow that evil to exist within your heart. Take some time, people, to get the facts. Take some time, people, to hear the story. Take some time, people, to do an examination and a little bit of damn research. Going through this same stuff in my MC, just waiting for everything to come to light while keeping our club on the right path. Yes, Casey, I understand. That's why I did this video. Good morning, Hellfighter Steve. Good morning, Sonny Bortoff. Up there in Ohio, good to talk to you. Michael Shanklin. Oh, what's up, Phantom? I see you. I'm glad you got my message. I'm glad you did that. I'm glad you took that advice. I think that's the best thing to do. Somebody said, don't you think you're speaking about scapegoats? Quite normal for them to want to use people. Yes. Don't worry, Michael, you can go back and get it. So one thing that's kind of cool about the new YouTube program is that you can actually see the comments playing when you're watching this video. So that's a cool thing. Good morning there, Big Steen. Just graduated 17-hour safety course. Outstanding. Outstanding. 17-hour safety course. Well, then you should be the one to hold the safety stand down in your motorcycle club. Which is something the Black Sabbath is getting ready to go through. What's a safety stand down? We've had like 8 guys, 6 guys go down on motorcycles across the country. And we shut down for a weekend and we give ourselves a safety motorcycle riding course. We get our best riders in every chapter, and we used to do these things in the military. They were called safety stand downs. So when the military starts losing too many people with dumb shit, then they have a safety stand down. And they try to get everybody on the same operating page so that we can stop having these kind of accidents that we have. Anyway, my friends, I just wanted to talk to you this morning a little bit about what was on my mind where it comes to scapegoats and snakes in the MC. I'm not telling you that they're not there. I'm telling you it might not be the guy that you think it is. A lot of times we think we know. We think we know. No, we know that could only have come from Paul Kazart. That's the only guy that could have done that. I know his signature. This has got Paul Kazart's fingerprints all over it. I know that guy, man. That's the guy that did it. No, I'm sure of it. Coming to find out, Paul was, you're absolutely right. That is some stuff that Paul would do. We all know Paul, and that's just exactly what he would do. Just come to find out, this one time, Paul was at his sick mother's house in Dayton, Ohio. He wasn't even in Florida at the time. But if you're ready to go snatch those colors off of him, cut it out, man. You're not judge, jury, and executioner. The MC has a process, or should have a process, written in the bylaws that tells us how we collect evidence and we hold a proper trial. If you're trying to hold a trial and there's no paperwork and there's no examination and there's no sergeant at arms handling the questioning of witnesses and that sort of thing, these are the things that societies do, man. This is normal standard operating procedure for any society, man. Any society or group of people that gets together has rules, constitutions, bylaws, and there's a way to punish people. It's not the president running up snatching your colors off because he's pissed off. You don't get to be pissed off when you're an officer. That doesn't mean you can't be angry, but you don't get to move out of that anger and an action against a member because you're pissed off. Man, get out of here with that mess. Nobody give a damn about your feelings. This is not feelings. This has everything to do with doing things the right way. Good morning. Has everything to do with doing things the right way. Come on, dog. Doing things properly. Following the procedure. If you follow the procedure, you're less likely to scapegoat somebody. It's the mob mentality. That's why lynch mobs are against the law. We know he did it. Get that there criminal there, right there. String him up, boys. Let's put him on the highest tray. Come to find out, it was that redskin that did it. Come to find out, that guy wasn't even in the territory. You guys need to stop it with all this. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Come on up here, dog. So anyway, I just wanted to talk to you guys about that for a few minutes this morning. I'm about done with my walk. And I appreciate you all for tuning into the channel. This is our 2-year point, over almost right at 20,000 subscribers, way past 3 million viewers. I'm just so excited and blessed to have you guys hang with me this long. Look for our new Instagram TV show coming in the next few days under jbunchii or Johnny Bunch II, and also our new podcast that's coming out. The new podcast will be really kind of cool. So we're going to have a show, and we'll be interviewing people and just having all kinds of fun. I want you to tell me in the comments below, give me your ideas. If you've been through this kind of thing or this has happened to you, love to hear about it. You guys know you can always send me personal messages at blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com, but we'd love to hear in the comments what you think. You might hear one of your comments in one of my future videos, or I may even make a video for you. I do that all the time based on your questions and things like that. Also, if you like the video, please hit the like button and share it. And if you like the channel, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. And the notification bell lets you know whenever we are going to put out a video. Also, you can support the page on our Patreon channel, Black Dragon NP, or here when we're going live, you can hit the super chat button like somebody did. And you can also, oh my goodness, there are so many ways to support us that are in the comments of this section below. You can get a hold of me at blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com. You can also follow me on Instagram, jbunchii, Snapchat, jbunchii, Marco Polo, jbunchii, Twitter, jbunchii, all of these things. Fitbit, myfitnesspal, all jbunchii stands for John Bunch II. If you're trying to lose weight, follow me We'll lose weight together. Fat Boy Getting Skinny on Facebook. And my books, Prospects Bible for Women's Motorcycle Club, Sergeant at Arms Bible, and the Public Relations Officer's Bible are all available on Kindle and at Amazon.com. My author name is Johnny Bunch II. I appreciate you all for everything you do. Love you all. Thank you all for tuning in. And get skinny.